Yep, yeah, we're kind of a little bit old school. We want people to slow down a bit, take their time, visit some of the different wineries. We have a lot of different variety out here and a lot of great wines. Here on the property, we have 17 different varietals.
Wow.
We have the classics. We have, Chardonnay. We have Cab Sauv, the other Bordeaux's, Merlot, Cab Franc, Petit Verdot, Malbec. But we also kind of specialize in more Iberian varietals. So we have Tempranillo, Graciano, Garnacha, Monastrell. On the white side, Albarino and Verdelho. Then we also have a little bit of Roussanne, Rhone varietal. And what else do we have? I think I've only named a few of them. Barbera, Sangiovese, then Petit Syrah. I'm not exactly sane.
Yeah.
I like a challenge, and when I came on board with Las Positas, that was kind of the first task was recreating the vineyard, being able to decide exactly what I wanted to work with.
When did you come on board here?
It's been about 10 years. Started when I was 20 years old. Took a cellar job up in Sonoma at Ferrari Carano Winery, and there for about a year, then down to Fresno to finish up my degree, and back up to Sonoma for a couple years to work at Fritz Winery, which is also in the Dry Creek Valley. So I was there for a couple years, and then came down to Livermore in 2005 to work at Fenestra Winery. Yeah, and here in Livermore, we go back. We were one of the first commercial wine regions in California. I believe it was the mid 1800s. Up until Prohibition, we were going strong, and that kind of knocked out a lot of production, and it's taken us a while to get back to the same levels. Oh, right. Well, so growing up, grew up in Placerville, and my parents used to do a lot of wine tasting with friends from the neighborhood. And as a kid, I just loved going along, running around the vineyards, and just being in that environment. So when it came time to graduate high school, I initially decided to do engineering. Went down to Cal Poly in Pomona, and quickly decided I didn't want an office job, so to speak. It just didn't quite suit what I wanted to do, and thought about it, and realized that wine might be something I wanted to pursue. So took a grunt cellar job up in Sonoma to make sure, and that's been doing it ever since. It's just something it's a passion. It's definitely a job if you're not passionate, if you're not in love with what you're doing. It can be challenging, but I like a challenge. I like dealing with different things every day, and couldn't imagine doing anything else. Yep, but like I said, I need that constant challenge. I need to be busy. And yeah, you said organization. You just have to keep everything organized and know what needs to happen when. Be observant of everything going on at all times, so that you can spot a problem before it occurs. And you just have to keep a level head and not allow yourself to get stressed out. Fortunately, my personality fits that, so yeah. I'm well suited to it, I guess you could say. I can be a bit of a control freak, so there is an element out of your control with weather, harvest. Only so many things you can control, but at the same time, I like the challenge. I like that I can't control. I like that it's not a recipe. And you have to be. There's so many different things going on, so many things you have to manage all at once throughout the year that you need to be controlling in that manner. Well, it's the as you mentioned, the wine quality, I think, is it's world class. Many people don't know that we're kind of an undiscovered region still, though definitely getting more and more recognition, and more people are learning that we're here and what we're doing. But I think it's mainly the welcoming feel of Livermore. Everyone here is happy to see you when you come visit. Right. So being in the Bay Area, land prices are insane. So it is very hard to get your foot in the door here and establish a property, a business. So that's the big challenge for anyone, wanting to produce wine in Livermore. And then the housing aspect, your employees being able to afford to live here. And there's a lot of growth, with our downtown area. Livermore's constantly improving. There's a lot to do, and we're very fortunate. Our local population here, they love to support local restaurants, stores, be it antiques, clothing, wineries, breweries. You name it, they're passionate about Livermore. As I said, there's no typical day, but so I guess you could say this is our slower time, or at least on the production side. So right now, working on blends, getting ready to do some bottling. We'll bottle some wines on Friday, or in a couple days. So working on finishing up those wines, working on taking care of the wines that are in barrel for next year's bottlings. Vineyard, I'm out in the vineyard at least once a day, just checking on the growth of the vines, checking on irrigation, making sure everything is moving along how it should. And at the same time, I'm carpooling my kids around and various activities and all that. So whether it's cold and raining or hot and dry, I still want to be out there. I guess I remember back in, I believe it was 2003, 2004, when I was up in Sonoma. Harvest, we were all ready for a nice slow start to the season. We were going to get about 5 or 6 tons of Pinot, and as we're setting up the equipment, the winemaker comes in and says, "Oh, by the way, we're getting all of it." So that day, instead of just 6 tons, we had, I think it was 60 tons.
Oh my!
So, and that season was a very condensed harvest season. I think it was done within 4 weeks. Start to finish picking, and we were there working 20, 23-hour days. So that was definitely a challenging year, but I still loved it. That just shows the level of insanity of us winemakers. www.laspositasvineyards.com